Scott, you and I are checking out something that Steve and I actually initially previewed called Trinity Fusion. Steve and I were hooked, and I'll be honest, not much has changed. Dude, this game is incredible. It is so much fun. It is a Metroidvania roguelite where you're constantly going back and forth between areas, looking to traverse the next level. The overall arching story is kind of unique. We're trying to save the multiverse at the end of the day. Our world is basically crumbling all to hell, and we want to go and save what we can, what's left of it. But these other beings have a different vision in mind, and they're trying to take us down. And it is, right off the top, dude, this is tough, isn't it?
It is. It really is. This is a tough roguelite, but it has that kind of two-dimensional platforming action that you're gonna get used to eventually. So although it is typically difficult in this style of game, I find myself after a few hours really getting the hang of it and getting further and further in. But I have to say, you being hooked on this the first time around, I think that's quite accurate. I'm very happy to be jumping into this on the Xbox Series X now, this time around. And I've had, well, a crushing but a rewarding time. What was your impression getting into this one again?
Yeah, back into the action, man. It's just like coming back when we left off. The preview we did was on Steam, it was on PC, and we loved it then. And jumping back in, it's the same thing. Going back, I'm like, all right, just one more run, and then another run, and then it just seems like, oh man, I was like this close from getting that boss. Let's go again. And the difference is, though, every time you start up again, and it's just a different run. It's never the same thing, because as you go out, you start with a different weapon. You get out there, you get different perks. And then as you upgrade these perks, you open up these little chests, comes up with a perk. You have 3 different slots, 3 different items presented to you. And then above that, if you go with health 3 times, if you go with the dash 3 times, or you go with the aggression 3 times, that builds each time you stack this perk on top of a bonus. And then you've maxed that out, and then you keep grinding and you go for the next one to see how big and how powerful you can become before getting to the boss, right? And it's just that satisfaction of grinding, getting that loop. You die, which is just a heartbreak sometimes, but once you die, then you sometimes, right? You get that end screen, and it shows you what levels you made it to, how long you were there for, what perks you had, what weapons you like. There's a whole breakdown of that run. And then you go back to your home base, and that's when you can, okay, now I'm gonna go get this. Now I got a ground pound ability that'll help me at the end of the day, right? Which never dies, never goes away. This is why I like the roguelike versus like the rogues in this. Just when you die, it's all gone. Here I get something that I get to keep out of that run, and that's what keeps me going back, knowing that I keep something, go back, upgrade it, and go stronger in the next run. Dude, I loved it.
This is the rewarding side of these games, is finding a build that works for you, and then pushing that further the next time around, and finding really fun combinations of different weapons plus things. And all the weapons have different combination abilities too, so you're doing different attacks, and it's not always the same. And then you have the magical ability too that you're mixing up. This game has a lot of variation in it. I've played plenty of roguelites, but this one stands out to me, and I'm going to give this one an 8 out of 10. I believe this is got the perfect hook. It's gonna get you. It's gonna get you over and over.
I'm right there with you, but just a little stronger. I'm coming in with a 9. This has me hooked. I'm just going for that one more run. How much further can I push myself each and every time? And that's not something I normally do.